Good morning, everybody. Michelle with Crafty Servings. I'm on to do a DIY Christmas project with everybody. So I'm going to wait a few minutes, see if you'll come on. I did post last night a picture with several items that I'm using, and people were trying to guess what I was making, and everybody guessed the same thing. I wonder why. So just come on. I've got a couple people popping on now. Say good morning. Tell me where you're from. If you're watching this later, let me know you're watching it on replay. Come on and say good morning. I'll get started in a couple of minutes. It's going to be sort of a little bit of a messy project. By the time I'm done, I'm going to have stuff on me. But I hope it'll be cute. No, Alani, you were anxious. I know you couldn't wait to see the Grinch. What do you think? Well, this Grinch, you can definitely make. It's cute. Good morning, Erin from Michigan. Well, I can't figure out why everybody thought it was a Grinch by the picture that I posted. Those colors scream Grinch, right? I gotta do one of them for this year. They're pretty popular out there now too, right? So come on and say good morning. I'll wait just a couple minutes yet, see if we get some more people to pop on. There's quite a bit to this Grinch, so I prepped some of it ahead of time so that I don't take up your whole hour. I don't want to take an hour, so I prepped some. No, Lonnie, I actually got it from Walmart. So I don't buy much in Christmas shirts because I figure it's probably done at Christmas time. But when I knew what I was making and I saw this shirt, I thought I would get it. So everybody tell me what you're up to today. If you're crafting, working, watching me while you work. Come on and say good morning. Good morning, Gloria. Well, thanks for watching. Are you a first-time watcher? I don't think I've seen you come on and say good morning before. And from New Mexico, I haven't seen anybody from New Mexico, so I'm happy that you're on. And Erin, you're a neighbor. So I think I am going to get started. I've got a few more coming on. So I just wanted to know you guys were all right last night. Yes, it's a Grinch I'm making. It's going to be a messy Grinch to put together, but once he's together, I thought he turned out pretty cute. It took me a bit to figure him out, but I think he'll work good today now. I'm glad I did it before just to make sure. So remember, make sure you say hi. Tell me what you're doing. Chat with me if I miss. I'm sorry. Well, Gloria, well, thanks for coming on. How'd you find me? I'm excited. Let me tell you one bit of news is Melanie Ferguson. She's with Southern Crush at Home. She's doing a Christmas craftathon this coming weekend on Saturday, a 12-hour crafting, and there's 36 presenters. And I got a message from her the other day asking if I'd be interested in presenting. So funny story is I didn't see the part about presenting. I thought I was just replying back saying, oh yeah, sure, I'll watch. And then all of a sudden she said, okay, what time works for you? So that was exciting and nerve-wracking, and I'm honored. So I'll post about that. I've posted a couple times already. I'll post again. I'll be presenting at 1:20 for 20 minutes. So I think I'm going to do something new that I haven't done before. Otherwise, I have another thought in mind of something that was my favorite from this year. Thanks, Mary. Hi, April, another neighbor. Thanks, Nolani. Yeah, I am honored. I'm shocked that I was asked. We got 35 amazing presenters that I saw on there, and then me. So I am really blessed and thankful that Melanie asked me, and I will make sure I share that link again. Erin, I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch it either. Thanks, Mary. All right, I think I am going to turn him off. Well, maybe I'll leave him on for a little bit. If he gets distracting, you can let me know. So, can you guys tell me, is this backwards for you? No, it's not probably, right? So if you like what I'm doing today, please pass it on. When you see people say sprinkle, it means this. So that really, really helps people with pages, that it helps spread to more people. So we appreciate all the help we can get on it. So you guys, if I miss your chat, I apologize, miss you coming on. Good morning, Melissa. How are you? Anybody else crafting today, or are you guys working and watching me while you work? So I am doing a Grinch from the picture last night. Yes, I'm doing a Grinch, and you see my shirt, and I'm doing a Grinch on a cone, and of course he's a Grinch gnome. Eileen, if you're watching this, I know I'm gonna find some gnomes that you like. There's Eileen that comes on here. She doesn't like gnomes. I found one that she liked, and I think she's gonna like this one too. Good morning, Suzanne. So Eileen, make sure when you watch this, you give me some comments. I know you will. All right, so I'm doing a gnome with a cone, and I got some things prepped ahead of time just because first of all, some of the material I'm using is a little bit messy. You can use any material, any fabric. I just went though with your red and black and green. That's the Grinch. Suzanne watching with the grandkids, that is so much more fun than crafting, even though I love crafting. I love when I have my grandkids. I actually have my 2 little grandsons, 2 and 6 months, this weekend for a day. Oh, Melissa, you're still recovering from that broken wrist? You got to figure out something you can do one-handed. I don't think this is it. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you. And this is what Mary did. All right, I'm going to get going so this doesn't take forever. So I'm going to cover the cone first with, I think I'm going to use a whole piece, with red felt. You can get this Walmart, Hobby Lobby, just about any store really, that sells any kind of craft supplies. Even if they don't, in by the kids section, or like in where crayons and all that. Hi, Tiffany, another neighbor. We have several from Michigan. So, okay, so I'm not measuring. I've got a piece of felt. I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to want it to cover from the back, and I'll end up cutting the back. But you're going to leave this top part open. You're not going to see that. You might have a little piece. You can slide it down some if it's not working, but it's okay if a little bit is open there. So I'm just going to glue this on. Now, I'm, for now, going to use a low temp glue. The styrofoam melts, so it might help. Oh, Suzanne, that sounds like a handful. All right, so I'm just gonna see if I can get this going now. So I'm just gonna put some glue, and I'm already going to have to use a stick. I found the long sticks of this little skinny, and this is my low temp gum. That's why, once I get it going, it's gonna work good. So it's my low temp because styrofoam will melt. It's actually funny when you use your high temp. It does crackle when you use it, crackle and melt. but the low temp is still hot, so you gotta be careful. So I'm just covering this styrofoam, and I'm going to see how that's across. I'm gonna cut it so that it follows the line, just to make it look nice in the back. You're not gonna really see a lot of it, but I'm just cutting that piece off. So, and then I'm just gonna glue down that bottom part, and I am getting glue on me already. Tiffany, this cone, I believe, was from Walmart, probably $3 something. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, you can get them at Michael's, you can get them at Joann's, really anywhere. Anywhere that sells craft supplies. Okay, in the floral department at Walmart otherwise, they have the green ones. It doesn't have to be white. You're not gonna see it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut off that bottom. I've got a little extra glue running down. I'm gonna cut off the bottom right along the cone. And again, some of this I prepped ahead just so that I'm not taking up your whole morning. There, and that's a start. And I'm gonna sort of do piecework on this. So there's different things. So that's the body. Now I'm gonna save a little bit of the messy for the end. Next, there's a little present that this gnome is gonna hold, this Grinch gnome. And so I just have a little wood block. I think this is from the kids, like a building block set, but it's just a plain old block. So I'm gonna use that, and I have wired ribbon here. It doesn't have to be, it can be fabric. You can buy little presents if you want. Thanks, Suzanne, I appreciate it. All right, and I'm just measuring up the block. Don't use your good scissor on wired ribbon. But this goes totally with the colors of the Grinch. And he's got to carry a present, right? He can't be that crabby all the time. All right, so all I'm going to do is hot glue this on also. And with the wired ribbon, it folds up nice. It really works good. So I'm just making my own little present. Again, you can buy these little tiny boxes. You don't need to make your own. I just didn't have any here. So I needed to make something. All right, so I'm just gluing this around the box. And again, with the low temp glue, it's not going to melt this ribbon. Otherwise, it probably would. If I'm missing your comments, I apologize. I'm going to try and get through this a little bit quick. Okay, again, with the wired ribbon, it sort of folds nice. I am going to put a little dab of glue in here. And I'm just making a little package, a little present for him to carry. I'm trying to do the non-messy stuff first so I don't have feathers flying all over. Because as you can see, I had feather boas out. And that's part of the Grinch. And see how the wire, it just folds really, really nice. This one's up a little high. I want the red still on the block. And I'm just gonna put a little dab of glue under each corner, even though it really stays down really well. We'll just put that little dab of glue there. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side, and we've got our package. Fold them down. You see how I put together then? Grinch colors, that's why I picked out this ribbon. It's really cute and sparkly. Yeah, I like adding sparkle. Tiffany, you just gradually build that ribbon stash. I probably have a little too much right now. But honestly, there's times I buy it at Walmart. Once in a while they have some cute ribbon in there. This one I think was Hobby Lobby, but it was in the Christmas section. All Christmas stuff is 50% off right now. And the ribbon at Hobby Lobby go on sale every 3 weeks, I think it is, that it goes on sale 50% off. So that's when I grab some. And if there's project I know. All right, and there's my little present. Okay, so that's that step. Next I'm gonna do his nose. And I'm just gradually doing these so we can put it all together. Now I cut a circle. I basically use like a cover top, but a smaller one than this. It was like a little sour cream top. I use all these technical things when I do my crafting. So that's holding my glue gun so I don't drip on my table. So I cut a circle, and this was the fabric I have left over from the gnome the Santa gnome that I did on the splatter screen. And this was left over. Hi, Lori. Oh, I love Grinch too. I can't wait to watch it again. All right, so all I'm gonna do with this, and for the nose, is I've got some fiber fill here. I just grabbed a little batch out of my stash. And I'm gonna put it in the middle of the nose. Got little rubber bands just because it holds it together a little easier. I'm gonna have that on. And I'm gonna stuff that fiber fill in here. Now you can use a bead. I didn't have a color bead that I wanted to use, and actually the bead seemed a little small for me. So I decided I was just gonna make my own nose. And all I'm doing is gathering it up. And I'm gonna put the rubber band on. Now rubber band will break at some point. So I'm also gonna tie this. But doesn't that look like a little nose? Actually I missed a little bit here. I'm gonna tuck in. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take a string and tie it tight. You're not gonna see this part because this is gonna be the back. Anybody else coming on, come on and say hi and let me know where you're from. Or if you watch this later on, you can let me know that you're watching a replay. I hope you all like the Grinch. All right, so I'm just tying it tight. And again, I'm just doing little steps to be prepared to put them all together. And I'm just gonna put a little dab of glue on that knot so it doesn't come out, and I'll cut that string off. If I don't throw the nose around. I did that a couple times last night, actually. Hi, Cindy. If I'm missing some of the highs, though, I apologize. Hi, Becky. All right, so I'm gonna cut this a little shorter too. And there's the nose. Now I'm gonna do the arms. And actually, before I do the arms, because again, that's a little bit messier, I'm gonna do feet. So I've got black felt and red felt. The only reason why I've got the black felt is because I want to make it a little bit stiffer. Good morning, Margaret. So, and I want two feet. And so let me just make sure you see what I'm doing. So to make sure they're the same, I lay them on top of each other, and then I'm going to fold it because I want two. And I'm actually going to cut up. Use my other scissor. It's gonna be a lot easier cutting this way. There. So now I got 4 pieces here, 2 black and 2 red. Good morning, Mary. And I'm just cutting probably that looks like the bottom of a boot shape. Let me see if you guys see it from the back side here. I'm making it a little longer because it's going to tuck in underneath here. Okay, it's going to be like that. So that's the feet, and I'm just going to glue them together. So, and I'm just going to, and I think I've got the texture, I have texture felt. I don't think I'm going to put that on top. I have a lot of texture going on. A lot on with the rest of them. Okay, so that was a phone call. First time that happened to me. I'm back. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and glue the black with the red. And again, the only reason why I'm doing it is just to make it a little bit stiffer. You could put cardboard on it or anything like that too. So I'm doing that with both of them. And then we'll have the feet done. So it does, some of this goes together quickly. The rest of it will be a little bit tedious as we go. And your feet. All right. So then the next thing I'm going to do is, I guess we're going to do some mittens because they're a little less messy. And I want 4 because I'm going to stuff them a little bit also. So again, I've got, this is green fleece. If you feel more comfortable, go ahead and print off a picture of a mitten. You certainly can do that and then trace it on and cut it out. I'm just eyeballing it again. I think I just did mittens the other day for you guys. Each ones don't turn out perfect by no means, but if they're the same by cutting them all together, that's what you're looking for. So there's mittens. We're gonna glue the outsides of them together. And I've got a little fuzzy on the one side, so I'm gonna have that as the outside. And I don't need very big mittens. I actually wanna give a little more thumb here. Okay. So you don't need very big mittens for him because he's not a very big or a huge gnome. Okay, I need to get rid of, okay. Just make sure everybody can see me okay. Tell me if you can't. Again, Michelle Crafty Servings. I'm making a Grinch. And he's a Grinch Gnome. Okay, so I'm just gluing around the outside of the mittens. So I'm gonna put a little stuffing in there. Again, this is low temp glue. You certainly can use hot temp. It's a little easier and quicker drying with the low temp with this material. Thanks, Angela, appreciate it. I never got a phone call before when I was live. So that's a little disconcerting. It makes my mind go other places. All right, so I'm just doing the other mitten together. Those are your mittens, and we're gonna do a little bit of stuffing in them also. So the bottom part will probably come open a little. I'll just re-glue that. I have a little stick here. This was a little shish kebab stick. Again, I use really fancy crafting items, don't I? All right, so I'm just gonna shove in some of the fiber fill in each one. And that's one mitten. And we're doing the second one. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. For people that weren't on at the beginning, I'm going to be one of the presenters in Melanie Ferguson's Christmas Craftathon on Saturday. There's 36 crafters that are going to be doing at different times. We're all going to do a Christmas craft, so I'm excited that I was asked. I'm honored. And I'll share a link with that. I put a couple of them on already, and I'll keep doing that for the week. All right, so I'm just finishing gluing this together. All right, and there's a mitten. Put that aside. All right, now we're gonna start getting into the little bit messy. We're gonna do the arms first. And this fabric is messy. That's the only reason why. It's fur, it's got texture. I'm gonna use that as arm. And I am going to just make, it's gonna be a sleeve that will hang down like that, you see. So I cut out, these were 4 by 5. And I cut them out ahead of time just because everything else I'm gonna be doing is messy. This really sheds also. You don't need this kind of fabric. Get anything red, it would be cute. Thank you, Mary. I am excited. All right, so I think it's easier if you have the right side fabric up and just fold it over. You're gonna make like a little tube. And I'm just gonna run a dab of glue. Now you don't wanna get that on the inside because you need to be able to open up at least the end of it because you're sticking mittens in here. All right, so that's one tube. Another thing you could stick in here that would be really cute when you see we put it on, if you want, you can put a piece of wire in. I'm not doing it for this. I will be doing it for the hat. Okay, so that's one, and now I'm gonna make the sleeve for this one. Anybody want to tell me what they're doing today? Or what kind of crafts are you doing, or what kind do you like? I know I started a post the other day. I got quite a few people responding of what they were doing, and they sent me some pictures that I was able to post for them. And there's the other sleeve. So I'm going to turn these inside out without opening them back up. And again, we're going to start getting a little bit messy here. Anybody that's new that's coming on, if you haven't figured it out, we're making a Grinch. Okay, it's going to be a Grinch gnome. For the people who like gnome, there's actually a lot that like gnome. All right, so we got the two sleeves, and we're going to do a little bit of trim. So we've got some fur, a boa. Now this is a real thin one. There's different sizes. Hobby Lobby had this in the Christmas section. Debbie, I want to see pictures of your wreaths. All right, so this is the thinner boa. I just want to make sure I'm using thinner, yeah. The thinner boa, which is in the Christmas section there. So it's 50% off. I think it was like $3.99 and then 50% off, so it wasn't that expensive. And I'm going to line the bottom of his sleeve, so I'm just gonna run a good amount of glue on here. Now you have to be a little careful that you're not getting it on your fingers, because that is hot even though it's low temp. And I'm just gonna run that around. Isn't that gonna be cute? So now you can see where the Santa's coming in. Now this is where it gets messy because as soon as I cut it off, I have feathers flying. And I'm just running it up to the other point. So, and here we got. Okay, so we're gonna finish putting this around. Very hot. All right, and then I'm going to do for the next one. This is where I start itching. You can see the feathers flying around. Anybody got anything new that they've been working on that they haven't done before? Or you can tell me some things that you like watching while I'm doing this. Maybe I'll get some ideas of putting something together. All right, so I'm just going to finish putting around on this sleeve. You should see all the feathers. I had just vacuumed yesterday. I got everything up, and then I was working on this last night, and I have this boa feathers everywhere. So it is a messy project, but it's worth it. I think it turned out pretty cute, especially if you like the Grinch. All right, so we'll take that one out of the way. You see all my mess going on. I told you I'm going to be covered by the time I'm done with this. Okay, so those are our sleeves. And next I'm going to make more of a mess, and we're going to do his beard. Now, if you can find green fur, that would be wonderful. I couldn't find any green faux fur for it, so I made my own, and man, am I itching. Can you see these feathers, you guys? This is crazy. All right, So I'm going to make my own beard. And I've got green felt. You could do white. You could do really any color. I don't think you'd see it because I'm covering it. So I'm just going to eyeball it. And I want it to go at least around to the back, probably like that. And I want it to come down, so in like a beard shape. So first, I'm going to cut off part of it. And then we'll play with it. So I want it to come down in a triangle. All right, that looks like it's gonna work. So I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm gonna cut up the other side the same way. And then we have an equal triangle. See how that's gonna be? And then I'm actually going to trim some of this up because we don't need it that long. Again, to get it even, we'll keep it on here. How you guys doing out there? I know this is a lot. I hope you're taking it in. I hope you try making it. All right, so this is the beard, but we got to make him cute, cute beard. Messy again. I'm going to get another glue stick because I'll need it. I've got green boa, and we're going to use this. This also is Hobby Lobby. This is a little bit thicker, a little furrier. This is $3.99, but it was on sale. Good, Mary. Hope you're following along, okay? So this boa was on sale at Hobby Lobby this weekend. $3.99. I think it was 30% off. And what I'm going to do, make sure I got the right side. Yep, this is my side. Try and get some of this mess out of my way. I'm making my own beard. So this is the top of the beard. I'm going to, first of all, cut off the end of this boa. It's got the string on. Hi, Virginia. Thanks for coming on. Can you figure out what we're making with this bright green? All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this felt. So I'm going to run beads of glue on the felt, and I'll just lay him on. And this is going to be a nice furry beard then. Thank you, Noelani. I appreciate it. Thanks for passing it on. This is what, if you like what you're seeing, I can't say that word, but that's what sprinkled means too, so I really appreciate it. So, and I'm just going to keep going back and forth. And try and get this going. Okay, I'm going to go back and forth. And put the glue will stay hot long enough, and I'm just going to run it the other way, and you're gradually making it smaller because you're following the line of the felt. See, it looks a little tedious. It works. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Virginia, you're right. All right, so now I'm going back the other way. I run a bead of glue. And you can use enough glue on this because that'll hold it together. And actually, when you're using the low temp, it holds it a little quicker than the high temp. That stays hot longer. All right, I keep lifting the fur up to get underneath, or the feathers up on this boa to get underneath. And see how it's getting smaller and smaller? That's how we're creating the beard, and you're not seeing the background. So if you don't have green felt, you have white felt, that would work just fine. We're almost done. Lift up the fur a little bit. See, I'm lifting it up. And rolling it back. So this is a good option for any of your gnomes. If you can't find the fur, I know some people were asking where I got it from. my local Walmart has a little bit of fabric. It has some fur, nothing this color. I'm thinking it's pretty seasonal, but I have seen some people do gnomes with the green. Almost done here. I'm just gonna put one more. One more layer on here. And then I'll be done with this mess part. I only have one more to do. All right. There's his beard and the mess of the green. All right, so I think we're gonna go ahead. We'll go ahead and put on the beard right away. Okay, so we want, this is the back. I'm just gonna run a bead of glue just to make sure you get enough on. Make sure you guys can see this. And we're gonna put it all the way around as far as what you made it. So it won't go all the way around, but you see how he's taking place? All right, how many of you like the Jim Carrey Grinch movie? Or what's your favorite Grinch movie? I like the cartoon one. All right. So next I'm gonna add the arms on right away. So we've got the inside and we're gonna put them on there, but I'm gonna add the mittens to them. So the thumbs are in the front. You're just gonna set it inside, add a little glue in there. Don't stick it together before you get that mitten in. I see a little, mine's coming apart here. All right, there's one arm. Suzanne, you like Jim Carrey? Virginia, yep, cartoon, yep, cartoon is getting to be the popular one. Yeah, that's my favorite. I gotta watch it every year. All right, so this is gonna be for this one. This is gonna be for this one. I want that mitten in this way. So again, I'm gonna put some glue in there. Keep it open and stick that mitten in. And there's the mittens. Yep, it's the popular vote. All right, add some more glue. This takes a lot of glue to keep them together. Especially, and this is a little dinky glue gun. So, all right, so this one was on this side. I'm just gonna run a bead of glue. And I want this so that you see the hand. I want them a little bit going to the front. The hand is cute. I'm gonna put a little dab of glue on top here too, just to hold that top one, the loop open. So has anybody started their Christmas shopping yet? All right. This one I have backwards. And that's what you do when you make a mistake. You just rip it apart. All right, a little more glue. And the reason why I knew he was backwards was because the seam was on the outside when I had the thumb forward. Putting that fur back on a little bit too that I just took off. All right, and so now we're gonna put this one in the front also. Add a little glue. The problem with this glue gun, it has a cord. So where I'm crafting, it's sort of hard to get to it. That's why I love my cordless one. I've got it plugged in over here, but I do like the low temp for doing this. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue to hold that together. All right, how's he turning out? Hot. See, I feel really behind this year. I think last year I was sending pictures to my daughter and my daughter-in-law all the time saying, I got this, don't buy it. This year I haven't done one thing yet. Virginia, that's okay. And you can always watch after. Okay, so that's the main body. Now we're gonna do a hat. First what I'm gonna do, so for the hat, I want the hat to stick up some. I've got wire and it's really flexible, but yet it's pretty thick so it'll stand straight. And I want to sort of stand the hat up. Thanks, Mary. So I might have to cut some of this off. So I'm gonna stick this down in. And I think I'm just gonna put a dab of glue on it so it stays. All right, so that's gonna dry. So now we're gonna do the hat. I've done several hats here before. They're easy, they're quick. This piece of material, let me just see, I think I cut, I know I wrote it down, 10 by 12. The 12 is the long way. And when you're doing it, you want to make sure that this is going to wrap all the way around the bottom. Okay, that's what you're looking for. So you're doing that. And actually, I think what I'm going to do the fur next. Again, as long as I've got everything flying around. All right, I'm going to put a lining of fur along here. I'm going to cut off the end. We're going to have a mess here again. Lay it on. All right, I think that's the worst part of it. Almost done, you guys. I hope I'm not losing you too much in what I'm doing. It seems like a lot of steps, but if you just go back and follow through, it really does turn out cute and pretty easy. So I'm, again, made the hat before like this. I'm gonna fold it. This is what I did with the sleeves. And I'm gonna fold this over the top, and that's gonna make the hat. So this boa side I probably should do first because it keeps wanting to come up. I'm just running that bead of glue along the edge again, and we're making a hat that we can turn inside out. I'm going to do the glue the rest of the way. So how many of you like gnomes? Thank you for Virginia, I appreciate it. Thanks, Shelly. How many of you like gnomes? I think there's a lot out there that like gnomes. I love them. As you can see, I make a lot of them. All right, so this is going to be the hat. Make sure it's stuck down good. All right, so the top, I'm going to put a rubber band. I think they're cute, Shelly. All right, now I'm just thinking, am I missing one thing here? I am too. I'll be right back. I'm still here. Okay, go figure, people. I knew I forgot something. Are you still here? There we go. All right, so we need a pom-pom on the top of the Santa hat, and that's the one thing I had. Thank you, Noelani. I'm glad. Oh, do you hear my dog? I think he heard me running. All right, so at the top of the hat, and actually I think I'm going to tie that too. The rubber bands are good, but at some point they're going to break. So I'm going to just put a string around that one too. Does anybody else do messy crafts like this? Well, Debbie, you certainly can. I get that busy stuff. This would be fun for me most every day. All right, so I just tied off that top then, so it's gonna stay. Flip the hat inside out. And we're gonna put a pom-pom at the top of it. Put enough glue there. And I've got these big white pom-poms here. They come in a bag. I don't know, I probably got it a year ago. I don't know if there were probably 8, 10 in a bag. Virginia, at some point, you just want to get back to it. And the more you do, the more you're hooked on it. Happy Monday, Doris. Thank you. You're a neighbor too. You're a Wisconsin neighbor. That's funny that you found me, Doris, when I saw your name. I didn't know how, you can let me know how you found out about my page. All right, so there's the Santa gnome hat. We're gonna add the nose to him now. So that's also gonna be glued on. I need more glue. This is using a lot of these little glue sticks. Virginia, no, this isn't all my business. I mean, it is my business of what I do, but this is only really part-time. I work probably about 35 hours a week at a law firm, and this is my day off. I asked if I could have Mondays off, and I do this at night. Some people ask me to make things for them. I've got a request for some memory teddy bears now for Christmas, so those are a little time consuming, but this is a story that I really wanted to help them and make that for them. So I've got that coming up. Just several things I've got to get made now. So that's my nighttime and talking with my husband, and he's really understanding. I do have an Etsy shop though, so if there's things you want to buy, I mean, I'm going to put some more stuff in there today. I don't know if you remember the splatter screen gnomes that I made with the black material. I'm going to get them in there today. So I just want to hold this nose a little bit. Thanks, Virginia. All right, make sure the nose is on here good. I don't want it falling off. Okay, and then we put, I think we're gonna put the feet on next. Do you see this fur flying all around? Oh my gosh. It's cute, but it sure is messy. All right, so actually I'm move that nose over a little bit. For some reason, I have a little bit harder time getting this nose to stick on. Can you see him? I could use the hot glue and that would melt the styrofoam. I might even do a bead of that. There, that'll keep them on. Hopefully. Okay, see? Now I'm going to do the feet on, and I want them sticking out of the front, as you can see. So I'm just gonna put the bunch of glue on, and you just sort of eyeball it. I'm gonna do them both right away so I can move them as I need to. Put the glue on. All right, and the feet, and all we have left is putting the hat on and giving him his present. All right. So for the hat, I've got this wire up here. I think I'm just gonna fold over the top so it's not snagging on the hat. And I might have to adjust the size of it, but this way you can make this hat any way you want. And if the wire's too long, you can cut a little bit off. I think I'm gonna leave the wire. I'm gonna cut a little off. Actually, I'll just fold a little more down. And we're gonna glue this hat on. Okay, so one thing I wanna do before, because this is really, really furry, and then I used a thinner fur, I did find that it was a little bit hairy. I am just going to cut off some of it just so we see that nose. So I'm just giving it a little haircut here. And I don't think you have to do it all the way around. But if you don't do it, the nose doesn't completely come out. So, and it just depends upon the fur and more just glue. All right, let's put this on. Again, we can bend it after. So I'm just gonna add some more of the hot glue behind here. To hold that in place. I'm going to do it all the way around. And you can certainly, with the wire, you can certainly bend the hat. Thanks, Jennifer. I think he turned out pretty cute. I said it seems like a lot. There's a lot of pieces, but it really isn't that much. So now I've got this little present. I'm just gonna tuck in his hand like this. So let me just put some glue on here. And you don't need to do it. I just think it adds a little something to it. So I'm gonna hold this a minute. Now I'm gonna give you my infomercial spiel. Thank you, Debbie. I'm Michelle with Crafty Servings. You're watching me on my Facebook page. I also have an Etsy shop, Crafty Servings. I started Instagram. I've started a Pinterest page. So I would love it if you come and follow me. And if you like what I did, I can't say that word or it doesn't get passed on as much. So this is fun for me. I love doing it. And I hope you love watching. All right, so now, and I want the present a little bit so you can see it, so I'm gonna put them a little bit to the front. So this is where I say you could also put wire in the hands and adjust the hands. That'd be really cute. We can adjust the hat. You can give them a little tilt because of that wire in there. You can do whatever you want with that. So, and there he is. So everybody guessed Grinch. I hope that I didn't disappoint you. He's my little Grinch Gnome. Thank you, Virginia. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you like watching. I love doing them. It used to make me really nervous. Now I almost like doing them. So I'm glad people like what I'm doing. So if you like what I'm doing again, just please do this. And that really helps. Comment, emojis, any of that helps us. So maybe if you guys have a chance, come on again on Saturday. It's a 12-hour Merry Christmas Craftathon with Melanie Ferguson, and I'm presenting at 1:20, but there's so many talented crafters that are going to be on there. I'm just honored that I was asked. I can't believe I was asked. So watch some of them. There's going to be so many cute things that people are going to be making on there that you can do. So we will see you maybe on Saturday, otherwise next week. You all have a really good week. Thank you, Shelly, for passing it on, for sprinkling it on. I appreciate it. All have a good week.